Hello, everybody. Pastor Randy here. Great to be with you today on another beautiful, beautiful Tuesday the Lord has blessed us with. Hope you're doing great today as we join together here for the next edition of Making It Simple, Picking the Vine, as we're diving deeper into the fruit of the Spirit. I hope that this teaching series has been a blessing to you. I have certainly enjoyed doing it so far, and we've got quite a bit more to go because, again, as I said from the very, very first lesson on love, we're not in a hurry. It's not about being in a hurry. It's about understanding what is being said here. And each and every one of these components, as Paul has given us here in Galatians chapter 5, the fruit of the Spirit is a result, a direct visual result, a life-changing result of our relationship with God. That's it. And so as we look at one of those, I think we have to do a great examination as to what's there. If you are the owner of a vineyard or a fruit tree farm, peaches, apples, whatever, obviously you would want to be able to go out and visually inspect those trees, visually inspect those vines and see what it's producing. Is it healthy? Is it, consumable? Is it a product that could be sold or made into, pies or jellies or whatever? That's logical. If the fruit of the Spirit is a tangible, logical, visible thing, as it is, love, joy, peace, all those things are there, then we need to do an inspection on this vine, on this branch, and make sure that it's producing. We've been talking about kindness. Well, obviously, that involves a lot about how we treat each other and greatly how we talk to each other and about each other. Harsh words, they do a lot of damage. Name calling, innuendos, gossip, rumors, all those things like that. We see it every day. It's a part of our culture now. Social media has only enhanced it, as many now who wouldn't have the bravery, if you will, to say it to someone's face. They certainly can sit behind a keyboard, privacy, probably in their parents' basement somewhere, and say things about people that aren't true, or say things that they just wouldn't have the nerve to say to someone. On the other side, we see that in an accusatory thing. We see people being blamed for things that there's no proof of, but yet still it damages lives and reputations. Sadly, that is not just a world thing, friends. That has crept over into the church. And harsh words have ruined the concept and the idea of church for many people. Gossip, rumors, eye-rolling, name-calling. What is the common denominator in all of those things? They show no kindness at all. They use no kindness in any capacity. I believe that as the fruit of the Spirit is kindness, gentleness, that is a product, if you will. That is a growth, a result in our reception of what God has done for us. And it is a further extension of the love that He has for us. So in other words, our words show what's in our hearts. Is it anger and bitterness and jealousy and all this other stuff? Or is it love and compassion? It is a work of the Spirit of God through our life. So the question is, we have to stop and we have to ask ourselves, examine, as I said earlier, our lives. Does my word show kindness? Does my actions show kindness? I'm not talking about, as I said yesterday, not being human. We're going to have a moment to where we don't feel that emotion toward another person because of something they've either said or done to us. Okay, so that is a response. So this is a learned thing. This is an evolving, a growing thing, if you will. As our relationship with God gets stronger, it should be producing something. That is why we're picking the vine. That's why we're looking at the depth of this and seeing, where's our love? Where's our joy? Where's our peace? Where's our patience? Where's our kindness? We turn to the book of Acts, chapter 2, as we're looking at the development and understanding of how the first church came to be, and it says, all who believed were together. All who believed were together and had all things in common. That does not mean that they agreed on everything, but their vision, their focus was singular in that their faith is what brought them together. And it said they sold their possessions and their goods and they parted them to all, and every man had what they needed. Every person, every family was taken care of. And they continually, in one accord, daily came to the temple, breaking bread from house to house, and ate their meals with gladness and singleness of heart, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church daily as those would be saved. What does that mean? Long story short, the brevity of understanding that passage, they took care of each other. They took care of each other, which takes and shows concern, which is a product of kindness, which is an evidence of allowing the Spirit of God to dwell and lead and operate in our life. This shows, friends, in all different aspects of what we do, even in our giving. You know, obviously a lot of times that word can become very, very ugly, especially in church circles, because those outside of the realm of what we understand and believe and conform to in the presence of God, unfortunately have deemed that word giving as very negative. And unfortunately, that is because of the people on TV. I don't really have any other way to put it. And I don't say that in a stereotypical way and that I'm bonding all of these people together, but those that sit in front of the screen and say, you know, please send me your money, or God's telling you to send me your money, or we're going to go off the air if we don't. That's not what giving is about. God don't need your money. Do we need the resources to keep operating? Absolutely. Absolutely. But giving, friends, is so much broader than just finances. Kindness and how and what we're called to give. It is shown all throughout Scripture, because it speaks of something so much deeper than just money and finances. It talks of time and talents and all of these things. If my heart is where it's supposed to be, if I'm growing in my relationship with the Lord, then I want to give. I want to give into not just an organization, but I want to give into this move, this sharing of the gospel, this building of the kingdom. I want to give them my time. I want to give them my talents. If I have resources to offer that can help in operation, I want to do that too. That's a part of the development of our heart. How important is this? How important is this and how we treat each other? Mark chapter 9 says, for whoever would give you a cup of water to drink in my name, because you belong to Christ, I say unto you, will not lose your reward. See, sometimes we think the little things that we do don't matter. God recognizes everything. And when it's done out of the kindness that is coming from our heart, we represent Him. Jesus would tell the disciples, everyone will know that you are mine by how you treat each other. I mean, think about that, friends. What is that? What is that a visual, visible, tangible, logical, every other kind of thing example of? A change. I'm not who I used to be. And I look at this guy right here in the mirror every day, and I thank God for the changes over the years. You know, we see an all-out, I believe, I think we see an all-out assault on goodness today. And the prophet Isaiah would speak toward this as he said, we would enter a time to where good is called evil and evil is called good. And we see that today maybe more than we've ever even imagined. Friends, when I don't speak of arrogance or something prideful in the fact that I'm better today than I was 10 years ago. No, that's an elatable, that excitable thing that I recognize, that we should recognize that in our lives, that I'm growing and moving and learning and grasping more of what God has done for me. And that should be something that is passing on. That should be something that is able to be passed on. Kindness, when it is real, it's not forced. It is part of our heart. It is part of who we are. Kindness reveals our degree of surrender to God, while selfishness reveals our degree of not caring. And it shows who's in charge of our life. That's the bottom line, friends. I mean, there's really no gray area about that. So here's the things as we wrap up. Do people see compassion and emotion and real care through you and through your words and through your actions? Is it evident? Or do they have to sit and wonder? Do they have to, I'm not really sure about that person, where they are, where they stand, what they mean. Love, joy, patience, my words right, kindness. Think about those words: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness. I got it right that time. These are great qualities. These are great characteristics. And friends, they are available. They are real. They are absolutely ours for the taking. If we would come to know Christ and surrender our hearts to Him, we can become exactly what God has said that we've been created to be, in His image. When we look at that list, just that part, and we haven't even got through it all yet, but when we look at just that part and we start to do a fruit inspection, let's walk through our vineyard, let's walk through our orange grove and our apple trees. Let's look through that and let's do a fruit inspection. How's it looking today? How's your fruit looking today? Because the goal of the Spirit of God is to develop the character of Christ in all of those who say they are His. Will you surrender to Him today? Will you allow His mighty power to operate through you and change your life? Because when you change your life, you change the life of someone else as well, because they're affected by what you do, how you do it, and how you say it. Look at our world today, friends. It is so broken, and oftentimes the catalyst of all of it is words. People are so unkind to each other today and how they speak about each other and to each other. We can do better than that. God did not make us to be that way. We can treat each other in kindness, and then we'll be treated in kind if we be who God called us to be. As we look at this, friends, as we look at this list, as we go through this, and we'll continue to go through this as we start a new lesson tomorrow, if we allow the presence of God in our life, life will change. The fruit of the Spirit is kindness. As you think over these words, as you think over these lessons, and I hope you'll go back and listen if this is the first time you're listening today, go back to chapter 1, verse 1, lesson 1, starting with love, and re-listen all up to now, and you'll get where we're going with this. I pray that as you listen to this, as you do that fruit inspection, you feel led to be kind to someone today, this week, this month, this year. Show them the love of Christ and show them He is real. We'll start goodness tomorrow. God bless you, friends. Lord willing, I'll see you right back here tomorrow for the next edition of Making It Simple.